I'm Reese,
And I'm Doll,
and let's put on our full wets.
because it must be the water.
Must be the water.
Must be the water.
Let's add that to the words of wisdom.
Yeah,
Why on a Tuesday afternoon? I almost said morning, like we're some sort of like lizard person or something.
I mean, it is my morning, 2
Yeah.
p.m.
No, I've been up since 6.
I've been up since like 6 p.m.
So it's just your morning again. It's
Like I haven't made it to, well, I don't know because I've almost been up for 24 hours
and like that's what I'm saying is why at this ungodly hour of 1:44 Eastern time have we decided to sit down to record our very second episode.
because there's a lot going on in the world of Formula One for an off week.
Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be a rest week.
Yeah, everybody's supposed to go home and rest. Instead, they went home and made drama.
So much freaking drama. Okay, so even before we released our last episode,
Yeah,
our very tepid takes were cold.
before I even went to sleep and before Reese woke up. Like, our tepid takes were gone. Like, they were
Gone,
gone. They were
evaporated.
evaporated in the thin air.
And so like it literally started 10 minutes after the final results of Miami were published.
Yes, like less than an hour after we stopped recording.
Literally, because we talked about Doohan, right? Doohan and Franco. And then literally an hour after we stopped recording,
They did the release and it was Oliver Oaks was out.
yeah, that was not even on our radar.
No. And it was for personal reasons. We're all like, oh, it has to do with doing, right? No. It has to
No.
do with Russian oligarchs.
Yes, it's straight up organized crime.
What the fuck?
What the hell? We're over here doing, no, he deserves better. We're so focused on doing, we're thinking, oh, if Ollie's, stepping down, it's because, oh, maybe he's a good guy and he fought for Jack.
No, it's because his brother's been arrested and he's running to Abu Dhabi for,
He's on the lam.
from what's the Russian oligarch family that was
Mazepin, I
yeah, the
think.
Mazepin family, and they like invested heavily into high tech and then their money was frozen. I guess he and his brother were funneling it through high tech and now the cars might be seized from their
Yeah.
like
Like their F2 and F3
uh-huh.
cars.
Those poor drivers might not
Those poor freaking guys. And we're over here like Flavio, he's such a bad guy and he is.
he is. But
But is he really the villain of the piece at this point?
I don't think there's any heroes except maybe Jack.
Jack is the only protagonist in this whole play. Holy crap.
So that's the world of Alpine right now.
And that's all that's only the world that we know about of Alpine. Okay, so Flavio's temporarily taking over.
He is
Does
doing the duties of the principal.
right. Doing the duties of the
Duties.
principal. And like what does that mean? Does that mean temporarily? Does that mean that they're gonna snatch up Christian Horner when he gets the boot?
Oh God. I mean, it would be perfect for their organization. We get into that later because we're still on Alpine. So, like, I guess, and I didn't know he was even allowed into the
He
paddock.
wasn't for a while.
Apparently, the French courts, like their French labor tribunal, said that they couldn't ban him from the entire sport or something, and so they
Yeah, because he makes his living there or something.
yeah, he has a
Sure.
niche job that he cannot find employment anywhere else, as if he needs to be employed.
Right. And I wouldn't actually be shocked. Like, okay, if it was a Bond film, which it very well could be, it's F1. They're almost the same. But if this was a Bond film, Flavio would have he set up Ollie.
Mhm.
That the Oaks brothers had nothing to do with any of the organized crime, and it's all a frame job.
So in this film, Ollie is Bond?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know who Bond is necessarily, but the bad guy is Flavio.
Yeah.
But anyway, I feel like the whole thing is a frame job, and I don't know if that's a tepid take. That might be a that might not even be a take, honestly.
I think that's hopium there.
It's like I don't even like it's not. I don't know that it's hopium because I don't want that to happen to anybody. But like, man, Flavio just ugh, skeeves me out. And I feel like it's something that because he looks the way he does, like a nerd, like a giant nerd, it's something that he could pull off. No one would suspect him of a giant fucking frame job.
Does he look a nerd or like a creep?
A creep.
Yeah.
Yeah. More of a creep than a nerd.
Like, I don't know. I think we're getting some hot takes here.
No, these are fairly hot. Let's cool it down a bit and talk about Red Bull, maybe?
Red Bull, like, I don't know if that's cooling it down or not.
No, I don't think so.
I don't even know, like, how to start with that one because so much of it is, like, unsubstantiated.
So unsubstantiated to the point where I have not even really seen the rumors. Like, when there's about to be a breaking graphic, like you'll have at least seen the rumors online
Yeah,
somewhere.
I've seen people talking about it.
That.
So my understanding, and I don't know, I have not looked it up. There was some Dutch publication that printed a story about a leak, which I kind of assume comes from Mr. Verstappen.
Like Yos?
Is it Jost or Yost?
Yos,
Yost.
probably.
Yost. Yeah.
Joss.
Is it Joost?
Uh Jos.
Jos. Okay, that is probably Yos. Yos.
Yos. It's
Yos.
probably somewhere between ah and o that
Yos.
we just don't have in our
Yeah, it's
language.
that yeah, English doesn't really have a Yost. Yost. We'll go with Yost.
Yos.
Yost. Yost
Yosoid.
Verstappen might be the source because Dutch. But apparently there's still action being taken in the Christian Horner. So my understanding is that in January he's supposed to be, or the case is being presented against him in the UK Labour Tribunal or
Yeah,
something.
so like what does that mean?
So the person who filed the complaint has taken it to the UK Labour Board and so they will be going up against the tribunal supposedly in January.
The original sexual harassment complaint?
Yes. So
Yes.
the ones that were dismissed from HR inside Red Bull, not any other thing. And they had an independent investigation, which of course were investigators that Red Bull hired.
Right, of course. And so this is what makes me think it might actually be true because it is related to
Hmm.
the original
Yes.
cover up basically. But what I had seen is like I think I read one thing on Threads other than, hearing the scuttlebutt in my Discord groups and in group chats and stuff. I hadn't seen anybody talking about it except for one thread that was like some Dutch photographer or something let it slip that he's going to be fired after Imola. Like if it was really going to happen, I feel like there would be more people posting videos about it, more like actual official channel discourse, like not the official F1 profiles, but like the F1 meme profiles, the like random guys who just like are verified and go to the races and all this stuff. They would be talking about it, and nobody's saying anything about it, which makes me think that it might be real.
Yes. There's also another aspect that again, this was something I heard somebody say, and I haven't verified for myself, but Red Bull has asked for a media blackout, and the courts have ordered British media not to report on it, which is why it stopped being talked about last year. Like, the English media is not going to cover it, so you're not going to see anything from official sources until it's settled in the courts because there's a gag order in place.
I mean, that would make sense. And if it's the rumor that I saw was that a Dutch photographer said that he was going to get fired after Imola because they are performing poorly at the start of the season. And they were performing poorly at the end of last season. He should have been fired then if it was going to be for performance. Like the firing of him should have happened, or the talks of firing him should have happened long ago, because they don't seem, as an organization, to care about anyone's feelings. So, like, they gave Liam 2 tries to do well in the car. So why would they give the team principal, you know, 7 races, 10 races to bring his team up to snuff? So didn't that didn't compute to me. Like, if they didn't fire him for the scandal, why the hell would they fire him for poor performance? So to know that or to have it, you know, heavily almost proved that it's due to the scandal again, and thus we have no information about it, that makes me think that it's probably true.
My guess is there's a lot of talk amongst investors, including Yost and Red Bull, about how it can be handled, and like it can be delicate because if there's a court case involved and they don't back him, it's going to be bad for him in the court.
Yeah.
So like if things don't go well in Imola, maybe they can find it's poor performance or something. It's hard to know because there is no transparency here, zero.
No. And there doesn't need to be, because it's F1 and they're rich white guys and they do whatever the fuck they want.
And the victim in this case is uh, not seeking monetary damages because apparently she was offered a payout and refused.
Good. Just take the man down. Oh god, that's all we could hope for. If he really did what it's claimed, like, get him out of there.
Yeah.
I wonder then who would take over. Oh god, it'll be Helmut Marko's last act before he either spontaneously dies, or he's supposed to be retiring, I thought, in the next year. But if Christian's out, he's gonna suspend his retirement. He's not. Uh, ugh, disgusting. Who are they gonna put in there?
Gunther's around.
Oh my god. Can you imagine?
Mhm.
He actually would be perfect for it.
Right?
I don't think he would take it.
No, I think he's happy.
Yeah, I feel like he's at this point, fuck F1. They could have had me.
I mean, he was walking around the paddock in Miami,
Yeah,
but I think he was just having fun, like visiting people.
like I don't have to be here, bitches. Oh, Gunther. I mean, Io's great though. I like him. But man, I feel like they did Gunther dirty.
Yeah,
But that's F1, the sport where everyone gets done dirty. At least they're getting done though, I guess.
I guess.
I don't know. Not my cup of tea per se.
What else do we have?
There's like so much drama, but at the same time, is there? Oh, how about, can we talk about Lewis's neep nops?
The Neep Nops.
Neep nops.
Well, they do say every time Hamilton posts a thirst trap, something big happens.
Usually, it is the harbinger of someone's career going down the toilet. I know, and he's posted a couple thirst traps lately, so maybe there's
Mhm.
room for several,
Just take out the entire Red Bull organization.
and it's just Max.
Just Max.
and Yuki just driving around.
And speaking of nepo babies, Carlos Sainz Sr. is talking about running for FIA president.
Yeah.
Like, what? How would that work with his son being on the grid?
Yeah, I mean, there'd be it's tough. It's tough because Susie Wolf has also been floated for FIA president, but there's a conflict of interest there as well.
Yeah,
Several conflict of interests for her, but I feel like that sport is inbred in a way.
it is. I mean,
Like you can't not have a conflict of interest and be connected to F1 professionally.
unless you're Lewis Hamilton.
But even then, like they'd be like, "Oh, he still has a soft spot for Mercedes or something like that." It can't get any more corrupt than it already is. So, let him run. If he wins, then at least we know where the corruption is.
Yeah, if Carlos starts doing really, especially if oh no, he's not Ferrari anymore. What am I talking about?
Oh,
Oh
oh no.
no, I was gonna make a Ferrari joke.
You know, if Ferrari started doing well, then it has to be. It can't be real.
Oh,
It can't be of their own merit at this point.
unless they completely changed their car in the last week. They are supposedly like debuting some updates at Imola. We'll see.
I mean, is it their car that's the problem? That's
I think there's a combination there. They've definitely had some issues with the engine. Oh, speaking of Ferrari and Lewis Hamilton, he has unfollowed everybody on social media.
that one. So someone mentioned this today. I don't I I like the drivers that I like. I obsess over a couple of them, but I'm not looking at their social media seeing who they follow and who they've unfollowed. So when somebody messaged one of my group chats, "Oh my god, Lewis unfollowed Ferrari." One, how did you know that? Is someone looking at their followers every day? Like, did they who'd they unfollow today?
Well, he's
Like,
not
how are
following
you
anybody.
tracking this?
He
It's
has
what?
he's following 0 people now.
0 people. Well, that's just him being a twat, I think. But it's also him probably wanting to post thirst traps and not wanting to, like, see the ramifications of those thirst traps.
That might be some of it. I don't know. Like, are you actually using your personal account to look at stuff on Instagram? Like, usually you have a burner account
Yeah.
for that reason.
Yeah. Is that what a Finsta is?
Yeah.
Okay. I only just learned that word yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Am I 90 years old?
Apparently. I didn't even, do people even use Finsta still?
I don't know.
That was something my nieces were using when they were kids. They
Uh,
can drink now.
uh, I started a new play yesterday. I'm in a production of Hamlet, and I'm playing a character who's besties with another character, and the other actor playing the other character, I last saw her when she was in high school. She's a college graduate now, and she was like, "Oh my god, it's so good to see you." And I'm like, "You were a child the last time I saw you. We could drink together now, and this is weird." Yeah, I'm definitely 90. Anyway, what were we talking about? Neep Nops. We're talking about Lewis unfollowing everyone. And that is interesting because my initial reaction would be he's unfollowing people because he doesn't want the negativity.
Honestly, I think he's just getting ready to pivot into his other endeavors a little more and is probably looking to start disassociating his social media image with Formula One.
So what do you think his other endeavors are going to be?
Well, he's got his tequila and he just
It's good.
co-chaired the Met Gala,
Yeah.
so, like, he's got stuff going on. Oh, have you tried the tequila?
Yeah, so it's not tequila. It is non-alcoholic tequila. And yeah, I got a bottle of it for a convention last fall. And I sat in a hot tub and I drank it straight. I recommend it. It's good. And it's not just because I'm a Lewis stan either. It was actually good. But yeah, so I didn't look. I didn't verify any of the claims that he had unfollowed everybody.
I mean, I didn't either.
Let's look at the Insta. He is following 0 people. 39.5 million followers and he follows 0. 0 following. Wild.
This might be because 'cause I'm not logged in, but, like, he doesn't really have a lot of posts that aren't just promo shots.
Yeah. There's nothing about his real life in here. It's just yeah, it's all promo.
I'm wondering if he's just transitioning it to a more professional.
Which is crazy if he's trying to be professional and then he's putting those thighs out there for the world to see. Sir,
I mean, I can't tell you. Maybe that's part of his new brand.
it was Lululemon. So like he was wearing a Lululemon, which I
Lulu
which
is it
is my
Lululemon or Lulumon or
I think it's
Lululemon?
Lululemon, but Lululemon makes me giggle every time I say it.
Lululemon.
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 Yeah, maybe he's branching out into professional thirst trapping as a athlete influencer, athletic wear, athleisure wear.
Oh my god. I just remembered something I saw this afternoon, and I haven't been able to find it in the store yet. But apparently Ferrari has dropped more of their Puma merch.
Is it spontaneous?
It is very
Oh no. Oh
and
no.
now I've gotta see if I can find
I
it now.
I just don't understand that entire line that it went through an initial ideation phase and people thought mock it up and let's see. And then they mocked it up and they were like, yeah, that looks good. Finalize it. And then they finalized it. And then they put it on stuff. And then they put it on a person. And then they put it on a website. And nobody looked at that and thought, buddy, that's jizz.
Oh, no, I 100% think they knew exactly what they were doing.
But they can't the FIA is not letting them say bloody.
They have plausible deniability, it's champagne.
It's champagne. I saw somebody mention they should do a IndyCar version with milk. And I thought, yes, this is exactly what the world needs.
Okay, hold on, let me see if I can share my screen. There we go.
What the hell is wrong with these people?
And their shoes too. Look, I
It's
don't
all
know if
over his back. That's sick. That's just awful. Oh, God.
Oh my god. Did they have
Uh,
is there a link to the
on the shorts and the back of the
right? You
shirt.
just gotta get the whole set, and you're
Oh
just
my
covered in
God.
is there a link to the shoes?
What are you talking about? Shoes?
Look at the shoes in the picture.
No. No. Ferrari. Mamma mia. Oh my God. Why? Is that a cute little pocket on the side? What is that?
I think that's the tag.
Oh, okay. Well, is
And
anything to distract from the jizz on the toes?
it's quite the outfit there. It's just the whole thing.
It's just vile. I need 3 of them.
Well, you can get it at Dick's Sporting Goods.
Can I? Oh, not available for in-store pickup. Too bad. Too bad. I'm gonna have to check and see if my local one has it so that I can surprise John when he gets home. John, being a Ferrari fanboy, would, I think, absolutely thrive in that outfit.
There were only 3 left when Dick's. Oh my god, it's Dick's. I didn't even catch that before.
Oh, they know exactly what they're doing. But why are they committing war crimes against themselves? Is my question.
'Cause you're gonna buy it.
If I go to Dick's today and there's a semen item, I will buy it. Yeah.
It does look like it's only available for shipping, though.
Yeah. So speaking of shipping, a fun development. I tried to buy a hat from the F1 store the other day. John has a collection of hats for his teams, but I think he's a Mercedes boy.
I thought he was Ferrari.
He is Ferrari, but I think George Russell is his number one.
Ah.
Uh, so I wanted to get him a Mercedes hat, and they wouldn't take my money because certain items are now no longer being shipped to the United States. Guess for why?
Well, I mean, you'd probably have to pay a $300 tariff to get it.
Exactly. But here's the thing is I would have been paying the tariff. So what's the problem here? I was prepared to pay $200 for a $50 hat. I was ready to do it. I did eventually find it on the Adidas website, which I assume they must have already had it in stock stateside, that they were able to ship it, and I'm going to receive it tomorrow and had to pay what, $5 for shipping. So they must have already had that one in stock here. And I've tried to buy some Lando merch and Quadrant merch, which is his gaming and like streetwear brand. They're not even selling to the US anymore, a lot of products. Yeah. So watch this space for me making my own merch.
What is the FIA gonna do?
Right? I went and I bought a bunch of blank t-shirts that I'm going to cut apart and sew together for my favorite drivers, since even if they are selling to the United States, it's a $17 shirt with a $30 shipping fee. So it doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to just make my own stuff. But damn, they're just starting to get big over here, just starting to make a dent in the American psyche, in the American cultural zeitgeist, and they've fucked themselves. When that movie hits and does really well in the cinema, and people are going to be like, why can't I get a fucking hat?
Speaking of that movie,
Where did we land on that? Are we excited or other?
I'm in the mixed. Like, I want like, it's gonna be really cool to see the, like, fast cars in IMAX, but it looks a little bit like, uh, the Top Gun movie.
Well, I mean, it is, isn't it? It's the
It's the same people.
same people. So, but here's the thing, Top Gun movies, both of them, I will drop everything to watch. They're good. They're really good. And so I'm like, it is gonna be good. I think the cinematography is gonna be fun. I think the story is gonna be stupid and annoying. And I'm gonna hate the story, but I think it's gonna be pretty.
Here's a real question. Are we gonna really believe a 60-year-old Brad Pitt is coming back and gonna race in F1? I mean, he's 60, right? Or close to it.
Yeah, he's definitely older than anybody else on the grid.
61.
But I mean, I'm sure he's not playing 60. He's probably playing 40 something. because
which is just
because white men in Hollywood.
yes.
What is it? 40 is the new 60, except for women. 40 is still 65.
40 is 60. 60 is the new 40 for men,
Yeah. Yeah.
and 40 is the new 60 for women.
Yeah. So as long as there's not a double standard, it's cool. I'm excited to see I'm mostly excited to see some bad acting from our real F1 drivers.
In the wrong colors. I'm gonna see Carlos in red.
And it's going to break my heart, but at the same time, good riddance. He didn't need them.
True.
I love to see him with James Vowles right now and just like making something together until Vowles gets accused of some sort of heinous international crime spree.
I guess that's what all team principals are doing now.
Yeah, it's the end thing. Except Andrea.
Well, yeah.
He's too nerdy to do anything other than cars.
Guess that would just be a little too stereotypical for Italian.
I forgot he was Italian.
A name like Andrea.
Yeah. I'm not good at this. Is there any other tea that we need to talk about?
I feel like there was something else that I was thinking about, and then we got sidetracked.
Yeah, so we hit Alpine, we hit Red Bull. We'd like to hit Lewis. Um
Like the whole world would like to hit Lewis.
yeah. Was there another T for the blah 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 blah, blah Italia Emilia Romagna de Imola? What's its Christian name?
AW Formula One AWS uh Primo Grande, however the Italians say that. Del made in Italy.
Made in Italy.
Romagna something
Emilia Romagna.
Emilia Romagna 2025.
Imola.
Imola.
The made in Italy.
It's the Del made in Italy.
Del made in Italy. Just fudge. I guess here's some old tea. Max went out and bought a yacht.
Yeah, and a new
and
jet.
A new jet. And then the scuttlebutt was that he's getting ready for retirement.
That's the other thing I was gonna mention. We have a new racer in Verstappen Racing, Franz Hermann.
Franz Herman.
Which is just like, didn't even make any effort to, like, other than the name. I guess it was just to keep the press away, but like the press was there.
The press was there. We've seen pictures of Franz Herman. He's literally wearing his helmet with the lion on top. Like,
it says Verstappen Racing.
It says like the car even says Verstappen.com or something like this. Like, Franz, come on. Like, put some bloody effort in.
At least put a mustache on or something.
Literally, Franz.
I saw somebody comparing Franz Hermann to Max Verstappen, but it was like one picture was really well lit and one was darker. And I'm like, look, clearly Franz is the good twin and Max is the evil twin.
Can you imagine? Franz doesn't have a private jet. He's basically Greta. Like, walks everywhere he can.
Except for the race. He lets people, he doesn't run people off the track.
No, and he does penance after the race. Like, he'll go plant trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He makes his own fuel from like algae or something.
His own excrement, probably.
Gross.
Got a dung heap in the back of his bungalow.
Yep. All right.
All right. So since we've been talking about what did we hit all the drama. I think we hit all the drama. We've had some tangents, perhaps some secants along the way. Um, Perhaps a cosine, maybe? A sine, cosine, and a tangent?
A Carlos sign.
A Carlos sine? We're doing it again.
Yeah.
We should probably wrap it up here
Yep. Okay.
before we lose any listeners or viewers before we even had any. So next up is Imola, and after that, we will record our next thing. But for now, ciao.
Well, must be the water. Something like that.
Must be the water.
Do, do, do.
Let's add that to the words of wisdom.